say that our team in the first half did not play with the passion, desire, competitiveness, and pride that we've come accustomed to seeing. And I was extremely disappointed in that. The sad thing is, you look at the second half, we played them even. But unfortunately, 2 games in a row, we have played 2 first halves that I hoped I would never see again. And I'm disappointed that we didn't learn our lesson. But again, the biggest thing, if you ask me what we needed to fix between this, is maybe start a different lineup, maybe play different kids, and find 5 kids who want to start the game with passion and desire and competitiveness and pride.
Ema just was in here and she said it's her fault. She didn't come out ready to play. She said she put it all on her shoulders. Do you agree with that? Have you ever heard a kid say something like that?
I think Inma's a great leader, and I'll be honest, I think it's my fault because I started 5 people, not all 5 of them were ready to go. And I should have changed the lineup from Ohio. I mean, she's a great leader by saying that, but I disagree. Inma always plays with passion and desire, always. She's not the problem.
Where would you say the effort level was tonight and practices leading up to tonight?
Today's shoot-around was bad. We talked about it. I think we're learning how to be, businesslike. You've got to come in and in a practice, make adjustments, not have to repeat yourself 3 or 4 times. Unfortunately, we're not fixing things, and it carried over to the game. For any young players that are listening, you've got to come in and you practice just like you play. And unfortunately, that did carry over. That's exactly the way we played, is the way we practiced this morning.
Is it concerning that this happened before the rivalry game, too? That you had to suffer this now?
Whether it's before the BG game or any time, it's not acceptable. I don't care if this is the first game of the season. It's not acceptable. I don't care what's before it or what's after it. In my opinion, none of our teams should ever play like that.
When you say you want to tinker with the starting lineup, Janice looks like she might be...
Janice looks very deserving of a starting position right now, yes.
Did you just say the same thing to your team? What do you say to them after something like that?
I told them to look at the score and understand that that doesn't happen here, and that we need to play with more pride. And that a lot of people hung banners here that didn't play like that. And we need to have more passion. We need to care more about all the hard work that we're putting in. And more so than anything is, I don't want our players to look back at this season and say, I wish we would have done this, or I wish we could have done this, or if I had just gotten in the gym and shot more, if I had just listened to the scouting report. The unfortunate thing is there's going to be some players that if they don't fix it are going to say shoulda, coulda, woulda at the end of the season, and that's not what you want to hear. You don't want people graduating saying, man, if I had only done this. I'd rather them answer the call right now.
Some of the stuff you just mentioned isn't just a tonight thing. It sounds like it's more prep leading up maybe towards the whole season.
Not towards the whole season, but the last 2 games are concerning. We spotted both teams, the last 2 games, 20 in the first half. We were very, very fortunate to come back and win at Ohio. We were extremely lucky. Ohio outplayed us most of the game, but we found a way to come back and win. It's hard to, and again, this team is very potent offensively, and so to try to claw back in it, you had to get stops. We weren't getting the stops. Second half, we played better, but again, we have to want it more, And I've got to find 5 people that want to do that.
How do you stay with Akron? Is it make baskets with them, trade baskets with them? It's tough to stop that offense, but
but look what we did in the second half. Just play hard. Play hard and communicate. We didn't do that. Didn't box out, didn't cut off the baseline, didn't deny the post, didn't have our hands up versus shooters, didn't talk on double screens. I could go on and on. And I'll be honest, it was not an X and O problem. It was a heart and desire problem. And that's something that I hope you'll never say about one of my teams again.
Ema also mentioned the fact that Bowling Green's a great opportunity just to forget about it. Do you kind of look at it like that?
Any game is. I think anytime you play like this, it's great to have a game following it.
How big is it to play Bowling Green? What do you see about them on film? Just kind of talk about that game.
Well, again, they're similar in that they've got a lot of scorers. They move the ball really well. They're patient. They don't beat themselves. They play great defense. We're going to have to shoot the ball better than we did tonight. We went, 3 for 26 from 3. Got to hit a few more shots than that. So, and the unfortunate thing is that's what they were giving us. But we also weren't making inside looks either. We've got to have an inside-outside punch. We can't rely just on threes. Teams that have watched this, I would have zoned us. You know, you look at the way we're shooting the ball, but we've got to do a better job of executing in that and hitting some shots, and I hope this gets some people in the gym tomorrow.
Did you know that Young was capable of doing what she did tonight, though?
If you looked at our scouting report, it said deep three-point range. And we lost her 2 and 3 times. Now, some of those were Sophie Reeker, who is just a freshman and she's learning. I'll be honest, Sophie played hard. I didn't have any fault with her as far as how hard she was playing. I thought she played hard tonight. Now, she's a freshman and she's learning how to see her man and see the ball. And let's be honest, in high school, she probably sat in the paint a lot and didn't have people she was guarding that were popping out and shooting threes. She lost sight twice. But inside, I mean, she posted up better than anybody tonight. I can't fault her effort.
Anything else?